Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'll be doing a Q&A, not based on anything, just random questions, and yeah, I'll be answering them today. So without further ado, let's get into it. Question, this one says, do you think Messi's games leading up to the World Cup final or his World Cup win were fairly judged and officiated? I definitely think they were, because Argentina had to play Australia, Netherlands and Croatia, and they beat France in the final. So that game versus Australia, Messi scored a solo goal, and after the game people started saying it's rigged because the referee helped Messi score a solo goal. How is that rigged? Because usually when Messi scores a solo goal, he doesn't go around bumping people or elbowing people in the face. He just dribbles through and scores. So that is a very deluded statement that the referee helped Messi score that goal. Sharp. They played Netherlands. They drew 2-2 after extra time. Then they went to penalties. And there was a lot of controversy in that game, because people thought Messi was being rude and stuff like that, or you didn't hear what was said in the press conference. Messi was being falsely criticized and by the Netherlands manager Louis van Gaal and all the other players.
Con Leo Messi. Bueno, Leo, quedaste un poco caliente por el final.
¿Qué mirá, bobo? ¿Qué mirá, bobo? Anda para allá, bobo. Anda para allá.
Tranquilo, Leo.
Talking about, if we go to penalties, we have the upper hand. Then a reporter asked Louis van Gaal, how are you going to stop Messi? And they said, you'll see, Messi, we just take him as another player. But they failed to stop him. Sharp.
And you got to the penalty shootout. What's the thinking going into the spot kicks? Did you have it all planned out?
I heard Van Gaal saying we got an advantage in penalties. If we go to penalties, we win. I think he needs to keep his mouth shut.
They then played Croatia in the semi-final. And Messi, he made that fantastic assist from the halfway line. And he picked the ball up and went on to assist Alvarez. How is that rigged? I have no idea, because again, he didn't go bumping into people and elbowing their face. He cleanly dribbled through and spun circles around that guy with the mask. So yes, that game as well was fairly officiated and judged, because even all those other goals, the one that Alvarez scored, that glitch FIFA goal, the ball kept bouncing off of him. It's not, you can't blame the referee for the defenders not clearing the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then in the final, Lionel Messi, Argentina they scored 3 goals. France scored 3 goals. Now 2 of those Argentina goals came from open field play, and only 1 was a penalty. Whereas with France, 2 of those open field goals were penalties, whereas 1 was from open field. Now you could argue that the second penalty that was awarded was a bit harsh, because as I said yesterday, it was ball to hand. His arm was in a natural position, so I don't think that should have been awarded. That was unfair. If you want to talk about unfairness, that was unfair. So then they went to penalties and won fair and square. Now people want to start saying the whole World Cup is rigged because Messi won it. I don't think it's rigged. If you really see how that Argentina team was playing, you won't be saying stuff like that. So yes, I think, Messi, like, the World Cup final was fairly judged and officiated. Even Argentina's games leading up to that, nothing was rigged. Messi just based his pure talent. He showed his class. And yes, I think the World Cup final was fairly officiated and judged. Question. This is a good one. What advice do you have for a guy that has a crush on a girl? Okay, honestly, I'm just gonna say, wear your heart on your sleeve during the first few weeks and just make it apparent that, you like this girl. But then again, like, don't put both feet in. Just put your toes in and see what's gonna happen, because you know how women are, man. Like, they're very inconsistent. Most of the time they can treat you like an option and stuff like that. So like just be very careful in that, you know what I'm saying? But always just tell how you feel, man. That's all I have to say. If she likes you, that's cool. If she doesn't like you, it's still cool. Life goes on. So yeah. Next one. Ooh, what advice do you have for people dealing with fake friends? Just always trust your gut, man. You know, your gut feeling never lets you down. Like, if there's a hunch, if you feel a hunch somewhere and you've been feeling it for a while, just trust it. You know, like, you should really trust it, because our gut feeling most of the time protects us. I think most of the time protects us from like things that are about to happen in the future regarding someone or something. And if you're able to remove yourself from that friendship in due time, then great. So always trust yourself and trust your instincts, man. You know, not everyone is your friend. So yeah, I think just always trust your heart. If you have a hunch, just trust it, man. That's all I can say. Have you ever dated or been in a relationship before? And if yes, how was it? I have been in a relationship and I have dated. Two obviously are very different things. Dating is like a trial run for a relationship, you know, let's see what this goes, let's see how it can be. And then dating is the real deal. When you sign the contract and say, okay, I'm going to be committed to this one person. So yeah, I've been in both. How were they? Not so great, you know. Well, my relationships have never really gone past like 3 months. Even dating, man. Like, cause one thing about me, if I don't see this going anywhere, I'm gonna cut you off. Like, that's just how I am. I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna cut you off, cause especially if I feel like you're wasting my time, I'm just gonna cut you off, you know. So yeah, man, that's probably why, you know, my flings and whatnots have never lasted, because I'm very good at cutting people off, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how it's been, I guess. But yeah, man. But the people that I've dated or been with, I don't really refer to them as my exes. I feel like having an ex has an expiry date, so I don't really consider them my exes. I just look at them as acquaintances, if you like, or just some other people in my contact list. So it's all good. Next one, how many pairs of sneakers do you have? That's a good question. Oops. Because I'm starting out to be a sneakerhead. I think I have like, I think maybe about 9 pairs of sneakers. I don't really have that much. Yeah, man, 9 pairs, maybe 10 pairs. Yeah, just 10 pairs of sneakers. And yeah, I really do take care of them. I wash them every once in a while, so you can never tell if they're old or if they're new, like, because I'm always, you know, taking care of them. They'll mostly look new because I wash them as regularly as possible. So yeah, I think I have just 10 pairs of sneakers. So what are your favorite car brands? Okay, my favorite car brands is Porsche, Maserati, Mercedes-Benz, and Audi. And Volkswagen as well. Yeah, those 5. Those are my favorite car brands. You know, like, all are very underrated, except of course for Mercedes. You know, Mercedes is very popular. But I feel like all these other ones, you know, okay, except Mercedes and Volkswagen, but, you know, in terms of high performance, Porsche, Maserati, and Audi are really underrated. You know, I feel like, you know, people really sleep on it, and yeah, you don't see many Audis nowadays. So, but yeah, man, Audi is still a great, Audi, Porsche, and Maserati, they're still great car brands, you know. So yeah, who do you think will win the Premier League this season? Well, I'm obviously gonna say Arsenal, you know, because I'm biased. I'm an Arsenal fan, so. But if not Arsenal, I'll definitely say Man City, you know, because like they're right behind us, and for some reason they always have a hunger to win more Premier League titles every year. So if not Arsenal, then Man City probably. But I want to see Arsenal in the league, man. It's been too long. Last time we won was when, like 04, that invincible season. Yeah, I think it was. So yeah, man. But it's all good if they don't win, because the last time we won it, we set a record, you know. We lost 0 games, you know, so there's no better way to, even if we don't win, you know, that record will always belong to us. I don't think there'll ever be a team that can do that. So, but yeah, man, I hope Arsenal win it. If not Arsenal, then I think Man City will win it. So yeah, finished. What are your thoughts and views on the Ronaldo situation now? I've been asked this question many times. So I just feel like obviously Man United treated Ronaldo badly, you know, considering like with the way they treated his situation when his daughter was sick, they didn't really care and stuff like that. But now after the World Cup, it's just like there's another issue. Like I feel like he's maybe struggling to deal with the fact that he's declining a bit, you know. I saw him during the World Cup. He's lost his speed. He's not as fast as he used to be, obviously, but he's still in good shape, you know. I just feel like, you know, age is catching up to him a bit, you know. So yeah, man, I don't know. You know, he said he still wants to play in the 2024 Euros and maybe play the 2026 World Cup. He would be 41 by then, but I don't think he'd really play until then, because man, he'd be really old and I'm sure he'll have lost some skills. But then again, it's football, you never know. You know, if he continues to take care of himself and do the right things, maybe he just might be able to play 90 minutes by the time he's like 42, 41 even. So I don't know, man, but I just feel like right now, man, he should just maybe just hang up his boots, man. But we'll see, man. It's his choice. If he wants to retire, he'll retire. If he wants to keep on playing, he'll keep on playing. It's not up to me, you know. So that's just my views on the whole thing. Who do you think has been more influential in terms of football? Pele or Maradona? That's a tough one. I feel like both have been very influential, because I don't know, man. I can't pick one, because Pele was playing in a time where, you know, dribbling started with Pele, because it was in a time where, you know, white players or Caucasian players were, you know, they were allowed to do all these rough things, you know, go on tackles, two-footed, stuff like that. And then Brazilian players, like the likes of Pele, they had to find proper creative ways, you know, in terms of getting past those tackles and all those rough stuff. So Pele finally did that, and you know, those are moves that are still used to even today, you know, like the rainbow flick, you know, like the Cruyff turn, you know. Maradona's skills as well are also used nowadays by the likes of Messi, you know, these South American players, man. So I can't really pick, because even Cruyff has had an influence as well, you know, the Cruyff turn, you know. Yeah, man, I just feel like Cruyff, Maradona and Pele have all had an influence in their own way in the game of football. So I don't know, man. I can't really pick one. I'll just say they've all had an influence on football, positive influence, because dribbling started with Pele, and then along came Maradona and Cruyff, and they just started to develop more skills as well. Because like I said, Pele's skills, they're still used today by many players. You know, the whole reason dribbling started was because of players like Pele. So yeah, I can't really pick who has had the more influence on the game. So yeah. Okay guys, we've come to the end of that video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, please tell a friend to like, subscribe, and peace. Stay easy.